there's an aspect to the content creator early access that I don't think gets talked about that much, and that's the fact that we get to hunt around the map and kind of learn some of the better locations. And what ends up happening, at least for me, is I go to those locations on the live game without discovering the rest of the map first. So despite the fact that we have a number of trophies and quite a few hours put in, there's a lot of dark area on the map that we've not even yet been to. So the goal for today is going to be to run around and get some of those lookout points and outposts, and kind of see what we can find in some of the ground that we've not yet set foot on. On any other map in the past, I really wouldn't have cared about a rabbit species to the degree I care about the antelope jackrabbit, but especially with the multi-mount, I want to take out every male we get the chance to get. And they were both level 1s, but 2 males sitting side by side is a decent little chance there for some respawns. You know, I think this map is a pretty good example of why the Trophy Lodge and multi-mounts can be so important to this game, because I don't think it would be a stretch to say that turkeys and rabbits are generally not the most interesting species. I mean, everybody was asking for turkeys at one point, and then we got them on Silver Ridge Peaks, and we got them on Aurora, and after that they weren't nearly as popular, I would say, and for the longest time rabbits were just sort of there, but add a couple of cool multi-mounts, and at least for me, I'm super excited to hunt for and find trophies of both of those species, just try to put those multi-mounts together. And it's been, to this point with the turkeys especially, because we've shot a lot of them, pretty difficult to actually find any big or rare ones, and in my opinion that's exactly how it should be. The challenge remains there for a lot longer, and that excitement to keep hunting those species stays there as well. That is not a bad looking whitetail. We got here just in time because their zone's ending. And he would have been going off to who knows where. We're up here actually in the northeast right now. I want to go up to this lake and probably place the tent. I'm not too sure what's there, but I know when I went up on early access, there were certainly a number of rabbits and turkeys, and as I just mentioned, both of those are species that I actually want to place some focus on, so at the very least we can have a spawn point there for future hunts. And I don't really remember because I took a quad a lot of the way. We might actually end up finding out that a lot of the area up there is good. Well, I mean, there you go. One just flew right over us. It's not huge. It was definitely a 7 to 9. I think we did hit it. Yeah, he's gonna go down over there. And that's the direction we're headed, so no big deal. We'll stop by and grab our buck first. In the meantime, we're just deleting the one drink zone that was here with all this hunting pressure. I mean, that's probably like a 230s buck. Yeah, 237 for that guy. Definitely not bad. And I'm not so sure that we should have used the shotgun. In fact, we hit him twice, I guess. But brought him down anyway. There's all kinds of stuff actually up here at the lake. A lot of it is nervous, including this guy, which is a potential diamond level 2 turkey. So while he's going slow, we hit him. There's actually a level 7 coyote. And looks like a bunch of other things just kind of around that. But for the moment, I think we might just be happy with the turkey. I don't want to cause too much pressure here because it's an area kind of similar to where we were before, where there's not that much water and probably not a lot of places for zones. Especially without having actually discovered any zones here, I don't want to be deleting stuff. It's nice that all the turkeys die with their fans actually expanded, but I really do like the ones on the Rios. Just the brighter coloration on the ends of the feathers is just really nice. Anyway, that is a kind of lower end one, I guess, at 4.4. Light brown variation, I think that might be mostly in the fan. I'm not sure exactly. At some point, once we start to get some diamonds and rares and stuff, we'll do some comparisons in the Trophy Lodge, but for now we'll just be kind of happy with whatever we can get. I think we are going to move down into the south now, and I mentioned at the beginning how kind of playing in early access can sort of mess with the exploration side of things with a new map, but the one thing that it does help with when we do go to explore is we sort of know what times to actually go into certain areas, and that can help us with finding stuff. So changing to 1400, we should see some mule deer at the lakes when we go down here, and hopefully again turkeys and rabbits as we do so. I assume we pushed them kind of off the lake, but there are 3 mule deer bucks running along here, and none of them are really all that special, but if we can get a broadside shot or something, I figure we might as well at least take one. You've probably noticed, by the way, that I'm not really placing much emphasis on mule deer, bighorn, or whitetail, really, and that's because of the fur type glitch that we've seen in the Trophy Lodge, because what EW has said is that I think it's just the coyotes and the whitetail that are affected, but the rares in the lodge that have become commons or that have become fabled pieballs or whatever's happened to them, that is going to be fixed. But new animal shot off of Rancho Del Arroyo, they might end up changing fur types or something, so I don't want to shoot a rare like now that whenever that fix comes out ends up becoming a common. I don't think it affects the species that weren't like retextured or anything, so those should all be fine. But I'm really not trying to shoot that many of anything until it's all fixed. The fact that we're sitting up here waiting on a heavy rabbit that we had to track from, I think really says it all about just the excitement to try to find diamonds and rares of them for those multi-mounts. Like, I would never do that for any other rabbit species, but specifically those extra small platform multi-mounts, they just give so much you can do to the lodge and just that ability to change it up. And because we had that track, I wanted to wait. That's, I think, about as low as they can score for the max estimate, but still a good bit below diamond. I actually don't know that we've had a like higher scoring common one though, so that's actually kind of nice to see. We've seen mostly gray and mottled so far. Man, at some point, either we'll find a 3, or one of these is going to make it, because through multiplayer and single player, and by the way, I guess that was a long shot because that was an insta drop, we've seen easily upwards of 29 to 11 kg gobblers at this point. Kind of a cool area as well. I haven't been down here at all, even on early access, and it's just sort of the southeast corner, but it sort of flattens out and opens up. I'm curious what else spends time here, because I'm sure it's not just like one turkey that has a zone here. This might actually be a pretty good turkey spot. I don't know what they're doing. There must be a zone that just ended. We'll go ahead and pop that guy as well. This guy is going to be a 4.4 again. That's pretty much the score we get for all of them. I know we had one of them, I guess this guy's just going to fly to us and make it easier, but we had one in, I think it was the hotspot guide video, where it was like 10.16 kg at level 2 still, that would have been very close to making diamond, but other than that, they're usually not all that close. But quickly we'll go ahead and grab the other one. He's pretty much like the same score in that lower estimate, so we just, I guess all the 9 to 11 kg ones are barely making the 9 to 11, but I think we're going to get to this lookout point. I don't know, there's probably an outpost like down here or something, I'm just guessing, or maybe it's just going to be there. But after that, I think the last thing I want to do is actually go and check the crater for javelina, because we were going to do that a couple of days ago, and then we sort of ended up with a diamond without actually getting to that point. So if we don't run into anything between, I guess, the lookout tower here and the outpost, that's going to be the move. So in case you haven't seen it, it's this little tiny lake that's in the crater over here on the west side of the map. And we could kind of sneak up on it and try to see down in there, but a lot of the javelina, because they're so small and because there's actually a lot of trees down in there, really aren't that visible anyways. So the way we're going to do it instead is pretty much just run over here and accept the fact that we're going to spook them. They can only get out here. You can see it's all too steep for them to go any other direction. So as long as we're over here where we can kind of see them, we'll get to know exactly what's coming out of here. And it sort of depends. There's a chance that we haven't spooked them, but it looks like they are all spooked. And really what I want from this is a rare. We only have 2 diamonds so far, and they are the same fur type, so a diamond of any other fur type would be nice as well. But this is mostly going to be a sort of spotting mission. I don't see anything cool in there yet, so we might try to drop a 4 if we can find one again. There's one right in there. I did grab the M1 for the sake of being able to fire more quickly. Issue was there. We were 0'd for 300, so it's going to be a vertebrae hit. Still, there were more further back in there, and that's why I wanted to actually take a shot to get them out of there. Try to make sure we're not going to miss anything cool. There's a pretty big 4. Still having issues with my right click, by the way. I'm getting a new mouse in, like, I guess, one more video after this. So we won't have to deal with all that kind of stuff for much longer. Not seeing any rares, though. I didn't even see anything like the ogre fur type, however you say that, so pretty sure, despite the fact that a ton of javelina just came out of there, nothing too special, but at least the one good size 4 will be a gold, and the other one, it'll be a respawn anyway, but definitely that was not a lung shot. So this guy actually is a common again. So many of the max weight estimate tracks seem to be commons, but almost every other javelina I see is not one. This is actually, I think, probably like a gray. That's a common as well. I'm starting to wonder if I just got really odd luck in the past with them, because the more we shoot, the more commons we're actually getting, but yeah, they're still all kind of just running around over there. I don't think there's much point trying to take a bunch more, because we're going to just cause so much pressure. That is a brown fur type. Might as well take it and then get out of the way before we die, and we'll not cause more pressure and delete this zone. But I think that is actually going to do it for this video. The map is a lot more opened up now. I think we're missing this lookout here, and then I actually died trying to get down off this lookout. I tried to jump down and use the medkit and it didn't work. So a couple of outposts to claim down here in the south. Other than that, we are pretty much set, so that's going to definitely open things up for multiplayer and for single player hunts going forward. But anyway, that's going to do it for this video, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.